Am I live? Hello? My dog's literally been quiet all day. And right when I sit here and start talking to you, she's like trying to get my attention. Never fails. Never fails. And I'm late by like, I can't believe how, gosh, time just went by so fast. It was after 2 o'clock. I had this set up for 3. I had this set up for 3. It was after 2 o'clock, and I'm working on this. I'm working on a few different things at once, but I'm working on this video that goes over the total body healing and clearing and the procedure and everything. And oopsie, I almost finished it the other day, and it got deleted. All of it. All the work I did was deleted, and so I had to start over. And I'm almost, I wanted to get done with it before coming online, and I just couldn't make it happen. It's almost finished. So is somebody here? Karen, are you here? Because it's saying 0, and then it'll say 1 and then 0. All right, can you see me okay? Are you here? Shitty shit happens. Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. It's been very challenging. It's been very challenging energetically. Electronically, definitely. These last few days. And then just, not to mention just the energies of things and people and such like that. So, okay, good. So, yeah, it was a little after 2 o'clock, and I was like, I looked at the clock and I was like, oh my God, you're like, do you realize what time it is? And I'm like looking at it. Yeah, it's just not registering. Like, I'm supposed to be live with like in less than an hour. I was like, oh, shit. Whoops. Like, I hadn't eaten yet. Hadn't fed Rosie yet, and don't feel bad for her because she only eats in the afternoon. And even like if she's really hungry, she will let it be known. If she's not, like, I would feed her and it would just sit there all day, and then she looks at me by this time and goes, ew, that's gross, give me new food. And then I'm wasting food. So I've gotten into this thing now where I wait until really late to feed her unless she's really up my butt about it. So yeah, a lot of energetic stuff. Yeah, that's for sure. So anyway, I was like, it was really funny in the back of my mind. I'm like, I really want to finish this video so I could lay down before the live, because somehow in my mind I had it like later. And it's just so weird when it's just, anyway, I did another video last night, or in the middle of the night. It was like 3 in the morning. And that was about, sorry, I have several bug bites. I believe something was in my shirt yesterday, and I didn't realize it until after, because I have several bites. And I was wearing a long sleeve shirt. I have like one back here. I have back here. I have 2 on my back right here. And I was not outside, and I was just sitting here in my long sleeve shirt. I remember kind of feeling something like, I was like, oh, I was talking on the phone, and I was like, what's going on? Like, did something bite me? But when you're wearing a long sleeve shirt and you're busy and you're talking, you don't really realize it. And at one point I was sitting here and it felt like something was crawling underneath my shirt. And I went, do I really feel that? Because sometimes like my guides will touch me. Like I'll get touched and like all the time. Like they'll touch me. And I'm used to that. But this felt different. It felt like it was under my clothes. And I was like, what was that? Like that freaked me out just because I don't, and then I was like, was I getting bitten? And I took off my shirt and I shook it out and I didn't see anything. And I was looking, I was waiting. I'm like, please don't let a spider drop out, because then I'll know I've been getting bit this whole time and not feeling a spider in my freaking shirt. But I didn't see anything. And yeah, but I got lots of bites. So something was up in there. Oh, Rosie is a trip. Rosie is a trip. She's also depressed because she hasn't seen Rick, because Rick has decided to stay in his mode of separation, not fighting the dark anymore, apparently. So I can't fight for him. And so I haven't seen him. She hasn't seen him. I haven't really even been outside. I've been super busy. I haven't been into being outside. It's been very weird energy. And anyway, so she's kind of in a bit of a funk. Yeah. So yeah, she loved going over there and hanging out with him. He spoiled her. And yeah, so she's every time she hears something outside, she thinks it's him. She's like, and it's not him. And she, so she's a little bummed out about that. So, anyway, so needless to say, here we are. It is 3:54 on the 13th. Actually woke up just a couple minutes this morning for just a couple minutes. And I was like, it seems really early. And I started thinking about stuff. I don't even know exactly what, different things. And all of a sudden I was guided to pick up my phone and look at the time. I don't have a regular clock just always on, that I can look at. It's just my phone. So I have to actually like pick it up and look at it. And when I did, it was 3:13 on the 13th. And my guides were like, told you. Oh, look. So, and then a few minutes after that is when I was guided to do this another audio video about, it's an audio video, another audio video about, yeah, wow, right? It happens a lot. About what happened in the day that I healed myself, that whole story of how I healed myself. A lot of people, I think, assume when I say I healed myself, well, most people have always assumed when I say that, like off the top, like I used to have fibro, I healed myself without even getting into it. Or even if they know that I'm a healer, they'll say something like, they'll assume that it was like something that like maybe I just got healthy. You know what I mean? Like I didn't like in an instant get better and and heal myself, which is exactly what happened. It was like instantaneously. It wasn't something that like, a huge process leading up to it. I mean, the only big process of it was that I had started doing yoga for a couple months and I had gotten rid of a lot of negative energy through doing yoga. And so it afforded me the connectedness to get into meditation. And it was all around this one time period. I go into all that in the video. But so that was, if anything, that was the process. But as far as like physically, it was just, it happened in less than a couple of minutes. And most people would never assume that when you say you cured yourself from whatever. But that's how it happened. And I've told that story many, many times and tell it often. And I just feel like it would just be easier if I have it recorded and I lay things out in a very particular way in its long form, because a lot of times also when I tell this story, I shorten it up. So it's more of a 5-minute story than, a 30-minute story that it can be. So anyway, I did that this morning at 3:30 in the morning, whatever. So I've been up since then. I almost fell asleep a couple times working on my videos, but I didn't because I didn't want to. But I am really, really tired. And so I did kind of decide that if this was going to be like it is now and literally nobody else was showing up today, just kind of how things have been lately, that I probably am not going to stay on and do this whole thing just because I am tired. Not that you're not important and people, you know, don't come in or whatever, but I don't know. I'm just kind of like, you know, I do this for a group of people, and you know, and and I'll push myself if a group of people is here and are present and, you know, give a shit, and you know, it's something collective. But, you know, for me to sit here with one person, you know, and then just to see in the next couple days that video getting watched multiple times, you know, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I just sometimes, like, I didn't do the new moon one because I just wasn't motivated to. People showing up for these lives have been really quite pathetic, and to be quite honest. And I mean, before I used to have like 5 or 6, and now it's maybe 1 or 2. And again, not that you guys are not important, but if people want to do my meditations after the fact, then it really does motivate me to get on Patreon and do the whole, like, you know, recorded meditation, 1 person, 2 people, and then have everybody else do it at their convenience. I'll do it at my convenience, and then you guys can do it after that. I've done these when they're, you know, new moons, full moons, new moons, yeah, full moons, stargates, you know, different things. And there's days that I feel like I really need to push to do it anyway, if it's just 1 person, and you guys know that I've done it like that. And then there's days where I'm just like, nope, it's not one of those days. I don't feel that at all. I feel like my guides are just like, if you're into it, do it. If you're not, fine. You know what I mean? It's not like it's a critical thing. And that's kind of how today's feeling. Today's feeling not like a critical thing. Yeah. So that's just, you know, because I know that's what happened. I know, here's the thing, like, I'm a lot of people's dirty little secret, and you know, I'm just enough out there where a lot of people are, you know, like, huh, you know, do I want to be actually present and engaging in this, or do I want to check in after the fact and then reap all the rewards from these meditations and these channelings and these messages and these tarot card readings, et cetera, but not actually engage and really put forth my energy into that? And to that I say, you know, relationships are a 50-50 situation, and I can be spending my time doing things that actually are rewarding to me in the sense of getting shit done for the next 4 hours versus being here by myself and catering to people who only want to show up when it's convenient to them. To be honest with you, you know, I am the real deal. I'm not, I'm here for everybody. And if nobody's here, why would it be here? And I'm not, again, saying that 1 or 2 people don't count, because I've been here and I've done the whole thing with 1 or 2 people when I've been, you know, really guided that it's important. But when it's not, I'm just not, you know, it's just like, I'm not feeling it. You know, I'm just not, it's not like, oh, I'm being negative. It's a negative thing. It's just kind of like, it's not one of those days where it's totally critical to push myself and bend myself. When I'm, you know, I've been up already for 14 hours. you know, I literally have been up for 14 hours already today. So, and it's only 4 o'clock, and you know, I've been on for 15 minutes. It shows I have 2 people here. But you're the only one talking to me. So again, it's like, and you know, that's just kind of how I feel about it. Well, thank you, honey. I appreciate that. Yeah, and you know, it's like I'm not here for my own health. I'm good. Like I do my own thing in my bathtub. I don't need to involve anybody. I don't need to do the, you know, I channel for 2 straight hours in these astrals consistently. You know, and that's tiring. And to do that to nobody that's listening is just, I can just keep it to myself. You know what I mean? It's like I the last time on the portal, like that, I had it, no matter who, if I was alone, I was going to do that. It didn't matter. That was a Stargate and I needed to do that. We're in the Stargate. It is what it is. But every single time, like Jesus came in and then Gaia came in. Every single time one of them came in, it was like my head was just, it was so intense. It's taken me till yesterday to like get back and like from the Stargate, from all the channeling, from the astral, from all of that business that I did just a couple of days ago. To like acclimate and be like, oh, yesterday was the first day that I felt somewhat normal. My camera's kind of blurry. Oh, is that better? Hopefully that's better. The camera's actually like right where you would touch it, so it's constantly messy and messed. So anyway, you know, I know you get it. I know you get it. It's just, it's one of those things where it's just like, why do this? You know, right? You know, it's like people just, either you're going to show up and be here for these astrals or you're not, and you're not going to get to do them, I guess, because, you know, sometimes maybe you are, maybe you're not. I don't know. You know, it's just, I'm going with how I'm feeling in each and every one of these, especially these last couple of months when people are just not showing up and for the live. And it's not like they're not getting watched after, because they are. So obviously people see the value in them because they're doing them. But you know, I know that when other people go live, it's like a swarm of shit to, you know, flies to shit. And it doesn't matter what time of the day it is. People stop what they're doing to be there. So, you know, I can't be like, oh, well, it's a Friday and it's this time of the day and da-da-da-da-da. No, bullshit. It has nothing to do with it. This is all about priorities and maybe dark energies, just keeping people away. I mean, I'm being shadow banned on such a high level, on so many levels. It's just ridiculous. And it comes to a point where it's just like, it's more energy to put it out and not have it, you know, it be reciprocated, I guess you could say, and taken for granted, I guess you could say. And like I said, there are times where I have to do it no matter what, because that's what I have to do. But then there's times where it's like, no, it's more important to take care of me. Clearly, everybody else is, you know, I'm not, I need to do me too. I need to take care of myself too. So, I had already decided before coming online that depending on what was going on here would really depend on if I was going to, stay or not. And, you know, once again, getting online and there's one person waiting and being online for 20 minutes. And again, 2 people here, 1 person interacting. So, it's getting to the point where it's just kind of like, I think I'm just going to start just doing more recordings, and then doing live on Patreon, focusing on my art. And I know I say this over and over again. There's so much that I need to do. And there's been times in the last month or two where I've had to plow through and do these things regardless of the attendance, but it's getting to a point where we're pretty much through picking our timelines and people being connected or not connected, that I really don't feel a whole lot of pressure right now to, toe the line. And I think a lot of people really kind of hang their hat on Infiniti over here to toe the line and to just like come in afterwards and reap the rewards without really doing, the real-time work. And that's just more energy for me. And quite frankly, it takes from other things I can be doing and that actually could be advancing and making me actually some money, because this doesn't make me any money ever at all. So I don't do this for profit. I don't do any of my videos for profit. I'm not monetized. I barely get any donations. It's just kind of one of those things. I'm just speaking truth. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of like it would be like keeping a restaurant open when the whole town is just gone. It's like a ghost town. You're like, maybe I'll cook a meal. You're like, why? It doesn't make any sense. So that's just kind of where I'm coming from with this. So anyway, so yeah, I decided if I don't get a decent amount of people showing up to this live, I'm out of here. I got shit to do. I'm tired. I've been up for 14 hours. I don't need to do a 2-hour astral. I can go and sit in my tub and do me by myself and not be responsible for other people at all. So that's just kind of like where I'm at right now. Huh? Just come if you're going to, then I can receive your energy frequency. All is welcome to be straight with you. Okay. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm sorry, don't know what you mean. So hi everybody, whoever's here. Looks like we've got 5 people. I was just trying to decide if I was going to stay online or not. So trust me, if you're going to come and go, I'm going to come and go too. If you're going to stay, please have a seat and let me know that you're here and that you are going to stay. Because I'm not into doing a live for the next 2, 3, 4 hours for a couple of people. It's already been a long day and I've been working all day, and I just did a Stargate and an astral and channeling for 2+ hours just the other day. Unfortunately, the audio on that was all messed up, and so that's why you don't see that on my channel. And I try to fix it. I am not an audio technician or whatever they're called, audio engineer. If anybody is and wants to take a crack at this video to try to separate these high-pitched frequencies that are coming from the music and separate my voice that's hard to hear, please let me know. Other than that, it's kind of lost forever. I had no idea that that's what the video was like and what was going on there. So anyway, so that's the deal. So we shall see here. Who is here? Check in. Let me know that you're here. Oh yeah. Well, I'm kind of always already there, and so that's why it's just like I'm just like in this constant state of connectedness and channeling and doing my work. I do this 24 hours a day. So it's like not I don't want to say it like it's not special to me, because it is special to me, to be in this space with people, but I'm kind of always in this space, and at certain times it's either they're supposed to be, um, a group, or it doesn't matter, or it's more worth my time and my energy to be doing something else possibly than to be doing this. And I just go as guided, and with pretty much everything that I do. And what like I was saying earlier, what I was told, and because I was like, what if nobody shows up tonight, or it's one of those days. Is it one of those days where I'm going to have to do it anyway? And the answer was no, it's not. And so I was like, oh, okay. That's kind of infrequent that happens, especially for a full moon. But we, again, just had an astral just a couple days ago. And I think that a lot of people have been working, in their dream and astral state already. So that's kind of part of it as well. We're just coming area, and then I'll take over the yeah, I don't really I'm not sure what you're talking about. Cambridge. I don't really commingle my energy with people I don't know. When I do astrals, it's a different kind of thing. I'm guiding people in an astral meditation, and I don't just like send my energy out. It's very intentional with what I'm doing and how I'm guiding people in astral, and then how I'm channeling and who's coming in and speaking. And so that's kind of how that goes. It's okay. Yeah, no, I don't know you, and you're like talking some code I'm not going to pretend to understand, because I don't do what you're talking about. So I'm not saying anything which way about it. It's just that that means it's not meant for me. Yeah, I mean, people do different work in different ways, so I do a lot of work in a lot of different ways when I go into astral and I connect with people, and we do channelings, and we work with Gaia, and we do all this stuff, and depending on who comes in, I don't know, we work with all sorts of divine entities and beings and masters and stuff. But yeah, and I'm not sure why you would think I would know what you're talking about either. So we don't know each other. So and that's, again, not something that I do. And honestly, to kind of like assume that is putting out the kind of the vibe there that this is something that, should be known, and it's really manipulative, actually. So that's not, I don't really play games like that. So sorry. Yeah. It's not meant for me. That's cute. You see, a lot of people think that like I'm not really real, or I don't know who's who or what's what, or people trying to get me to, whatever, figure me out in some way. And people don't understand that I do actually know a lot. So there's people that come through here and like try to pretend to be other people, and I'm not going to like sit here and like call people out in the moment, because I think sometimes that's what people want, to be honest with you, sometimes. But I know when there's imposters. I know when old people turn up as new people. Let's just put it that way, calling themselves something else because they have to be here. And you know what I mean? Like, I know it's you. I don't say anything. If I was to call people out on their bullshit all the time, that's pretty much what I'd be doing most of the time. Because a lot of people play games and are not honest, they're not authentic. And, you know, it's just kind of how people are. And I can't just constantly be pointing fingers at people and calling them out on their shit. I just take note and know what I know and, you know, move on. Yeah, totally. Totally. That happens. Absolutely. Okay, so before I go, I am being guided to pull on some oracle cards for the Archangel Oracle. Wait. Oh. These are the cards we got last time for the Stargate. And that was, I'll just go over these right now. Why not? What are you doing, kitty? Gypsy. Okay. So last time we got nurture with Archangel Gabriel. Nurture yourself and others as you would a child. And then beloved one with Shamuel. And then spiritual understanding with Raziel. And then passion with Haniel. And then claircognizance with Uriel. Pay attention to your thoughts as they are messages. And then Michael with you are safe. Karen says, I got that same feeling, old people pretending to be someone else and then asking you bullshit questions and saying shitty things. Oh, totally. Absolutely. That's happened a few times. And it's, yeah. And like I said, in the moment, I'm not gonna, you know, that's what they're testing me. They're saying like, oh, is she really psychic? Does she really know who's who? Da 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 da. You know, and I'm just not into playing games with people. I'm just so not into it. But that does happen. And then they'll do, you know, stuff like that, talking in some crazy code, and you know, people who are inauthentic and making shit up and are not confident will go along with things that they don't know because they want to sound like they know shit. I'm not one of those people. I know more than most people do, so I don't need to pretend about anything. And quite frankly, it gets irritating for people to think that they're, you know, gonna whatever mess with me, because that's just not. So anyway, oh, I'm gonna keep that one. I'm hearing. And then I possibly will, oh no, that's not good. I didn't need to do that. That's way too many. Sorry. I will possibly maybe do a recorded meditation today or tomorrow. I even, you know, thinking, oh, there's another one. Man, I cannot not knock these over. Okay, we got 2 cards. And I'm going to keep on shuffling. Yeah, because the full moon is actually not tonight Pacific until like nearly 9 o'clock at night. So I was even toying around with doing the astral tomorrow, but then it's always usually so noisy around here on the weekends that I decided to do it tonight and to do it early because I got like, you know, trying to accommodate for different people in different time zones is not the easiest thing, and myself. Okay, so we got angel therapy. With Raphael, give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens. So ask for help if you have problems, issues, concerns, whatever. Ask your angels, ask your guides to help you to take those burdens, give it to them, and ask them for ways to get past it, to overcome it, to let it go, to find purpose or reason or meaning or the answers or the guidance in those situations. And then just kind of like go to sleep. Ask these questions before you go to sleep at night, and then go to sleep and wake up in the morning and see how you feel. A lot of times we get answers in the morning. King, hello. We get answers in the morning. Oh man. And so that's kind of how the whole like say your prayers at night kind of thing comes from, because you're connecting with your guides, and then you're going to sleep, you're going into astral to work this stuff out, and then you wake up in the morning and you should have answers if you're paying attention. How am I doing? I'm okay. I'm a little tired, maybe a little grumpy because I'm tired. And I'm not sure. I'm probably not going to stick all the way through and do the astral tonight. I just kind of, it's not one of those critical nights to do it. And I just did one a couple days ago, and that was, it was the most intense channeling in astral, bodily wise, feeling wise in my head. I think I've ever felt. It was so intense. Every time they came in. No, it's not scary. I love the 13th. The 13th is my birthday. It's in 3 months from now. So anytime there's a 13, especially a Friday the 13th, I am happy about that. I think my best birthdays have been on Friday the 13th. So, oh, do I still have that napkin over here? Oh, man. I was going to take a picture of it and post it on Instagram, but I'm like, I don't know. People get weird with blood. I don't get weird with blood, but some people get weird with blood. And you'll never believe, no, I'm a Sagittarius. You'll never believe what happened last night. I was playing with Princess, and she was like right here, and we were just playing with her. And so I think this could have happened anyway, but the way that like her nails were already kind of out from just kind of like doing that cat thing that they do when they're playing, you know, even if they're not, my cats don't scratch me, but you know what I'm talking about? Like if a cat's just sitting there, their nails are retracted, and if you were to touch their paw, it's not like nail right there. But last night, my cat was right here when we were playing, and so her nails were kind of out, and I like went to like bump her or whatever, and then I went to bring my hand back, and it caught her nail and punctured my finger, and I just went, oh, and it just felt like I got stuck with a knife on the tip of my finger. I went, oh, and then I held onto my finger like this, and I could feel my hand just immediately just get filled with blood. Yeah, get filled with blood. And I was like, oh, and because I was getting on my shirt, and my hand was just filled with blood. And I went, oh my God, it was just gushing blood out of the tip of my finger because I poked my cat's claw, and then I like poked and pulled, so it like dug in and then like slit my skin. And she was like, her eyes were so big, and she's looking at me bleeding, and she knew exactly what happened, and she's looking at me bleeding, and she's like, oh my God, it it just didn't stop. It just kept going and going. And I usually stop bleeding like really, really fast. So when I don't, it's deep. And it was like one of these just filled with blood. I just kept like, I was just like, oh my God. It was just like everywhere. And finally it stopped. And and she sat here the whole time with her eyes just like super big, looking at me like, you're gonna be okay. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And she knew she was like guilty, but she knew she didn't do it. And I was like, it's okay. I'm not, you didn't do anything. Like she felt guilty. I was like, it's okay. It's okay. And then I got up and I went and I washed my hand. And then eventually it just like totally stopped and it was totally fine. And so I came back and I started petting her, and she was like, I'll never forget. Oh my God, this is how aware animals are. Like she was like, don't get blood on me. I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm not bleeding anymore. I was gone. Like it had kind of stopped. I went up. Like I was gone for like 2 minutes. Came back. It was like, it's not bleeding anymore. And I go to pet her, and she's like, nah. And I was like, no, I'm not bleeding anymore. And I like showed her my finger, and she's like looking at it and smelling it and like inspecting it. And she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm okay. It's totally fine now. She's like, okay, can we play again? I'm like, yeah, we can play again. And we start playing again. It was the cutest thing. It was so adorable. Oh, thank you. 7 dogs. Holy shit. Hi, Christina. Hello. Yeah, it was super cute. It was really, really cute because she was so concerned. I was gushing blood from her one. And then I thought to myself, I can't imagine the kind of damage that like a lion claw could do. You know what I mean? Like a big kitty claw when they like want to do some damage. Oh, yeah. Because just regular little domestic cats, man, those things are brutal. So they cause so much damage, those nails. They're intense. Aw, thank you. I'm amazing. I stuck myself with my cat's claw. Like, who does that? Like, seriously. I was like, and then it, occurred to me. I was like, some days we just need to bleed. And I know that might sound weird. I know that might sound really, really weird, but I find myself sometimes cutting myself or getting cut in the oddest ways. Like, and then just having this overwhelming sensation, like you just needed to bleed. I don't know how else to put that. And I know that probably sounds really, really weird, but like energetically, like something needed, like I needed to bleed, like ritualistically or something that I don't know of consciously. And I'm not going to sit there and cut myself. It's not what I do. But there's something that in certain situations, I'm just like, that's not normal. You know what I mean? Oh, geez. Yeah, lion claw. Never heard. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a feeling that I get sometimes. Like, oh, needed to bleed. It's just really weird. I don't know if it's dark side stuff. It doesn't feel like dark side stuff. It doesn't. I don't feel like anything that I'm attached to or ever. The dark side really tends to fuck with other people. Not me directly. Not directly. They do mess with me, but not directly. It's like indirectly. It's one of those things. It's more like, I don't know. It's just weird. And it's not a lot. And it's not often. It's just sometimes I just think like, did I just need to bleed right then for some reason that I'm just not cognizant of, that I'm not conscious of? And why would I think that just out of the blue for no reason unless there's something to it? It's sexy. Just, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, moving on. Next card that I got was clairsentience. Speaking of which, notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings. They signify divine guidance. So we're doing Archangel Oracle cards for the new moon, you guys. I may not do the astral, but I'm going to do some cards. I was guided to do that. I can't believe it's nice. And then the next one we have is Courage with Archangel Ariel. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. That is Ariel. Gotta love that braid. She looks pretty fierce in this picture. Okay, so angel therapy, clairsentience, and be a truth seeker. Be committed to the truth regardless of how comfortable it may feel. Because the truth a lot of times is not comfortable, and you know, too bad. A lot of times the truth isn't comfortable, but it's the truth, and we got to face the truth in order for us to be able to do what we need to do, or else we're living in denial on some level or multiple levels, right? About ourselves or the world or the universe at large. And we just can't progress if we're not, you know, totally leaning into the wind of truth and searching for it within and outside of ourselves constantly. I look serious. Who said that? No, a lot of people can't handle the truth. It's so, every time I think of that, yeah, I think of Jack Nicholson. You can't handle the truth. So true. People think they know the truth, but they don't know the truth. And then when they're faced with the truth, it freaks them out. It's really cool, though, how every so often I will meet people who already know the truth or have had ideas of the truth or feelings of the truth, or have always thought and felt certain things. So then when I come in and start saying stuff, they're just like, ding, 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 ding. Yeah, 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 yeah. And they're just like, oh my God, you're saying it. And this is what I think. And this is what I felt. And that's real. And it just is like all this validation going on. That's fun. Because then it's just, it's fun to ring somebody's bell over and over and over again like that. That just happened yesterday. Just happened yesterday. Ooh, look what we got. Just happened yesterday with me and a new client. I'm going to be doing a healing on her in a couple weeks. And, well, it's more like a month, but we're going to do it next week, but I deferred her to next month only because she's going to have surgery, and it's a really good idea to have your healings with me after surgery, because you'll get healed so much faster. Same thing goes for your pets as well. So I said, you know, it'd be way better if you just wait for your surgery. So we're going to wait. But anyway, in a conversation with her, it was one of those where she's more in the know than most people. And that was really cool. That was really, really cool. Okay, the next card we have is Clairaudience with Zadkiel. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind and from other people. So Clairaudience is one of the big ones that we, that a lot of seers and psychics get. The Clairaudience, that's when you have information that's coming, thoughts that are outside of yourself. That's like in the realm also of channeling. So that's how channeling works. It's Clairaudience. So it's literally like they're speaking in my ear and it's coming out of my mouth. So it's, and sometimes it's more like, kind of like when they really, really come into body. So both of those things happen. But for the most part, Clairaudience is about hearing that of which is outside of you and seeing that for what that is, knowing that not all the visions and thoughts and even feelings and sensations that you have in your body come from you. They come from outside of you. And it's for you to understand what is and is not of you. And this is what a lot of people, most people, don't know and can't feel, because they've never really understood the separation of what is what, because they've constantly been bombarded and filled up with energies that are not of themselves, but they don't know the difference, so it feels like themselves. So in that sense, for a lot of people, it's not until they get a healing like what I do that they finally know what it's like to feel just them and in their bodies. In bleeding, what? In bleeding weird, I didn't touch. Huh? I don't understand. You're bleeding and you don't know why? Seriously? Okay, next thing is gentleness with Sandalphon. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. Don't go and do things that you know are energetically challenging and emotionally challenging to your system, especially now, and really, quite honestly, at least for the next week of this month. But that really takes us into the rest of, fun numbers. Check it out. Those are creational numbers, you guys. 639 and another 3 for the 13th. No coinky dink. Haha. Okay, let's take a look here. So yeah, we have, okay, so we get out of our portal on the 19th. Like 2 days later, we have the equinox. Big, huge day. That'll definitely be a day I'll be doing an astral. Definitely. That'll be our next astral day. Would be the 23rd of September for the equinox. And then that whole thing is like, we're feeling that's a whole tipping point thing. So and then we have the end of the month, and then we get into October with the very first portal of October being the October 1st. So 10-1 is a mirrored number. And yeah, so not a whole lot of break there. Not a whole lot of break there with this stuff, you guys. So gentleness, think about it, what you're doing. I'm hearing really try to drink as much water as possible. Water is really a theme, has been and will be, because it is the element that we can easily use, easily get to, hopefully for most people, and work to help us rejuvenate, transmute, and stay grounded and cleared as much as possible. So drink water that's infused with I almost said vegetables, with fruits and herbs and things like that. Drink teas, try to cool it on the coffee right now. For people, coffee may be a bit harsh. Especially if you're used to that like morning coffee, you guys, if you're noticing that if you're a coffee drinker, if you're noticing that you're I don't know, getting that like sour belly somewhere in the afternoon, I'm picking up on. Like, some people might be having a hard time with the whole morning coffee thing and just kind of not putting it together, or maybe sort of putting it together, but a little bit in denial because you love your coffee so much. And I get it. I was one of these people, but yeah, a couple months ago, I had to stop drinking coffee. And I didn't have any good decaf, Swiss water filter decaf, because regular decaf is really, really bad for you. So if you drink just regular decaf, please just drink regular or don't drink coffee at all, because decaf coffee is really bad for you. It is decaffeinated using formaldehyde typically, which is what they use to embalm people. So this chemical is extremely toxic, and people think they're doing better for not having caffeine, but it's formaldehyde. And so there's this other thing you can do with coffee beans to decaffeinate it. It's called a Swiss water process decaffeination, and it's becoming more widely used because people are a lot more health conscious and know about stuff and are wondering how things are done and made and processed now. And so people are like, what's this all about? And so where it used to be difficult to get decaffeinated through Swiss water process, now it's in your local grocery store. It's even in those like where you can like get the coffee and get it by the pound or whatever. It's in a lot of stores that comes like that now. It wasn't like that just a few years ago. It used to be difficult to find Swiss water processed decaffeinated coffee. So yeah, so be careful with your coffee. Be careful if you're doing decaf and you think that that's okay, because if you are doing decaf and you're having this upset stomach and you're like, oh, it can't be the coffee because I'm drinking decaf, it most certainly can be the coffee if you're not drinking the right decaf. Otherwise, it could just be the coffee if you're drinking regular, because coffee beans are pretty harsh on the digestive system, and for sometimes we are going through stuff energetically where it's just we're gonna suffer for it, for different things that our body just doesn't want to or can't handle anymore. So yeah, that happened with me with the regular coffee, and I didn't have any of the good decaf stuff. And so about a week ago, I was able to get some, and I had my first cup of coffee a couple days ago, decaf coffee, and it was great, and it tasted amazing. I love coffee from Africa. So this was Sumatran coffee. It was so good. I love Colombian coffee. That's where I'm from. I love Colombian coffee. But if I see an African coffee, I've learned like, oh, I love African coffee. So got this decaffeinated Sumatran coffee, was so delicious. So anyway, careful what you're drinking there. Yeah, it is messed up. Oh, you didn't? Yeah, I love coffee. 1:45 here in the Pacific. Looks like we're back down to you, Karen. Maybe King left since he spontaneously ruptured a blood vessel. Started bleeding uncontrollably. Unprovoked. That's interesting. Okay, let's see. Anything else here we're gonna do? Oh, let's do the Angels of Abundance Oracle and see what we get there. Yeah. Okay, so these are our Angels of Abundance Oracle cards. Oh. Successful funding. That's a good one. Your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. Do not allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into reality. Crowdfunding, partnerships, and other investments are available to help you. Ooh, that's good. I like that. I always like this card. So just a reminder, whatever we're working on, whatever we may need money for, whatever ideas that we're trying to bring to fruition, to know that you wouldn't have this idea, you wouldn't be working on it, or it won't come to you if it won't come to you if it's not like the card said, you're being divinely guided. So. Visualize abundance in all forms. That's actually the card on the front of the box. God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings. And that is what you will experience. That's true. That is definitely true. So again, don't worry. No worries. Literally no worries. Don't worry about stuff. No need to worry. Everything happens for a reason. If it's togetherness, there needs to be togetherness. If there is whatever's going on, it's exactly the way it needs to be. And sometimes we just don't know all the answers. Positivity, faith, and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. With a lion. I love this card. Oh, good. I'm so glad. You're welcome. I'm going to read this one again because it's really good. And why not, right? You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. I'm just kind of hearing with this that yeah, I've been feeling like that too. You know, it's like even if like, okay, for example, like I was talking about earlier, how the video that I worked all day on yesterday disappeared and I was so mad. I was so mad. I was so mad I had to call him Michael because I was that mad. I just couldn't, I was having a really hard time, like, not being really angry. And just, yeah, I was just like, like, I was so mad. Like, I can't even tell you I'm mad. I was so mad. I was crying mad. I was just like, and I don't cry mad very often. Like, I'll cry to drop of a hat, like over like, you know, happy emotions and being touched with love and shit like that, like super fast. It's like always this like, there it is. there's the emotions, there's the tears, it's just like always right there. I'm always like, because I feel so much all the time, so it's really easy for me to like, especially lately, to like all of a sudden just like cry really easily. I didn't always used to be like that. I used to be pretty bottled up, and you know, I remember I didn't cry at all for like 15 years at one stretch. I was really proud of that. That is not my existence anymore. Just listen to my last couple videos and I don't mind. Crying is good. Crying is an instant release. It feels good. It's clearing. It's healthy. It's not stuffing your energy. It's being in touch with yourself. It's your heart opening up and, you know, all your chakras coming into play. You know, crying is a good thing. Sometimes though, when you cry because you're mad, it's just like, it really doesn't feel good to cry because you're angry. And that doesn't happen to me very often. Yeah, he did. He did. Oh, this is I love this card. Sever vows of poverty. Sever vows of poverty. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made, consciously or unconsciously, in any lifetime. Excuse me. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. So I've done this not just once, a few times. This whole severing vows of poverty, severing energetic ties to constructs and thoughts or thought forms or manipulations for poverty, severing ties of energetic judgments to money and success and to wealth. So a lot of times we have, yeah, it is a cool card. A lot of times we have, may help with less glare. So a lot of times we have, it's not just, it's multi-layered when it comes to issues with money and abundance and, you know, these vows of poverty, these ideas that we need to be in lack and in poverty instead of, like, I can't get this like normal. I want it like in between. I keep getting it either way too high or way too low. All right, that's good. So it's multi-layered, you know, these chains of oppression when it comes to being in lack and not having resources like money and it being difficult to have money or acquire money or to keep money or any of that shit. It's a process that a lot of us need to go through bit by bit. And it's something to think about when it comes to healing. And, as you're going through stargates, portals, new moons, full moons, this is a really good thing to do about the full moon or on the full moon, is to sever any constraints or any ties to anything that's negative is great, because that energy is amplified in the new moon and goes forward into the next phase with that energy. So you want to piggyback off of those energies that are coming in. Sever vows of poverty to open up the doors of money so money can flow, so everyone can see your worth and pay you accordingly. So you know, you get great deals and discounts so you can keep the money that you already have, that you're able to share it with other people and to buy things for yourself that are really meaningful and that are needed in your life for your journey and mission. And you know, just stuff like that. You know, it's multi-layered. And like I said, I had to do that too. And, you know, I'm probably still working on that on some levels, you know, but I know that I've come a long way with it. Like, just, you know, what I charge for my services, I've had to really work on that for myself. And this whole idea that, oh, as a healer, as somebody, you know, that is in service to people, that you should be in lack, that you should be in service and give your shit away and turn yourself inside out and work 2 different jobs so you can do what you do for people on the side for free and not, you know, have abundance in your life and all this shit. It's just not true. It's just not. I mean, you can buy into it and live that life if you want, but we're not meant to. We're not meant to. We're meant to live lives that are comfortable and abundant, and that we have what we need, but we're not, ostentatious and greedy, that we live meaningful lives that help other people, and we need resources for that. How many times have we said to ourselves, oh, I wish I could help you, but I'm barely making it on my own right now. Like, I can't help you. I wish I could. Well, we need to get to that point where all of us just can. It's just not even an issue. You need help? Oh, here you go. I got money to help you. No problem. It's just like, if that's the case, and it's just, it's those people that are, it's the most generous people that usually don't have anything to give. And the people who are greedy have it all. Just very interesting how that works. Yeah, so it's interesting. But anyway, so think about all that stuff when it comes to abundance and severing ties of poverty and all that stuff. So we have visualize abundance in all forms. So we're visualizing abundance in all forms. God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you will experience. Positivity, faith, and optimism. You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. Get crying mad and then get over it and keep going. Sever vows of poverty. We just talked about that one. And then successful funding. Your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. Do not allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into reality. Crowdfunding, partnerships, and other investments are available to you. Okay, so there's that. I bet you've said that before. You say a lot of wise shit. Both of us do. Okay, we are gonna do a I know we just did dragons the other day, but I'm being told to pull these out right now. I'm gonna put the cards back that I had out before. Let's see. Chris, hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Oh, we got her. That didn't take long. I'm being told to get at least one more will pop, or I'm gonna feel it and pull it. So we're gonna have oh. All right. One of the cards that I just, oh, no, we have two cards here. Oh, they came out together. Two of the same cards that I pulled just the other day, just flipped out right now. Gaia and her dragon, and the dragon fae goddess Tiamat. And then what came out before that was the Morrigan. We haven't seen her in a while, and she is fierce. I'm excited to see her. I'm kind of feeling this energy right now. When I used to dress up for my other job, I pretty much had this outfit. I'll see if I can conjure up some pictures to show you guys someday. Okay, so let's look her up. She is card number 22, the Morrigan. We just haven't seen her in a while. Oh, I'm vibrating. You want to see my pics? Oh, they're fun. Okay. I need my glasses. These words are so tiny. take action. I see now that events are moving extremely fast. This is a time of rapid change and creation, so rapid that you may wish to slow down just a little. However, I say to you clearly that the time is to act now, and that procrastination and hesitation and help you pick your way through the minefield before you. This is a time of testing and darkness. But through this, you will go strong. Be aware. If you have resisted your abilities or felt blocked in terms of following your life path, these changes will take place very rapidly now because they have been waiting for a signal to be able to come in. Yeah, like the Stargate, this full moon is another one of these big portal type things. It's just being told that, you know, the energies are seriously pushing us forward, basically. Where am I? Because they have been waiting for a signal to be able to come in, and they are working hard with you so you do not have to endure a long, drawn-out process of change. Truly, you are ready. Take flight with me and know that taking your own path seriously and acting now with deep integrity is the way for justice to reach you. Do not give in to panic and do not run. Now is the time. If not now, then when? You have already tortured yourself in 1,000 ways with your thoughts. You cannot avoid change. Each day your cells renew, and all you do is breathe in and out for this process to take place. You are confusing stasis with safety. There is nothing to fear. There is everything to gain. Give up your fear, your victimhood, and your petty grievances, and walk a while with me and my raven as we pass through the wild dark of the wood and emerge on the other side, changed, transformed, and powerful. That's like, it sounds like me when I'm talking about, you know, what people have to get through to get it, you know, when they're on their way to be healed and they have to push through the darkness, and regardless of the things that are keeping them away and that try to turn them back even after a healing, which definitely happens, that you have to stay strong and you have to know that you can get through there. And, but ultimately it's up to you, the individual. Okay. Divinatory meanings. A turning point in your life demands action on your behalf, and backing down or avoidance is not the answer. The Morrigan calls on you to take action and face your fears. This way, your transformation will be one which gives you great strength and wisdom. Feeling frightened, alone, and hesitant will only lead you astray. Follow her guidance. Know that she will walk forward with you and assist you in uncovering strengths that you never believed you had. Draw strong boundaries and claim your space. She can signify transitions and rites of passage, birth, death, and physical change. Spirit connections with loved ones who have passed away may also be indicated by the Morrigan. And working with a Morrigan. Face trouble rather than turning away. Confront injustice and change by rules. What? Confront injustice and change the rules by which you have felt bound. You can change the rules. You're not bound by any rules other than the self-imposed rules that you decide to put upon yourself. This is what a lot of people don't understand. They're like, oh, well, that's not true. Yeah, it's absolutely fucking true. It is. That's exactly true. It's exactly, absolutely 100% true. And most people just don't believe it. So they don't experience it. That's just kind of how the world works in general, in magic and alchemy and any type of transformational change. Like if you don't get that part of it, it's never going to work. It just doesn't. It falls totally flat because there's no power behind it, none of your own anyway. And you need your own in order to you know, have the understanding that you are not limited. We are self-imposed. We have self-imposed limitations. that we decide that have been put and placed upon us from the time that we are very little, and we keep those in place and in play. Oh, good. Constantly listen to your channels. Oh, I'm so glad. That's good. Break free from the stagnating jobs and pursuits, relationships that offer no life source. Oh, good Lord. Including eating meat for some of you guys. You want to make sure that, and if you do partake in meat, just keep it not often, just because it is a very low vibrational energy that you're putting in your body. I don't care where it's sourced, how humanely they lived or died. It doesn't matter. And a lot of people just don't see it that way. And so that's definitely something that is a problem. And why, honestly, why meat gets pushed so hard is because it's like the easiest thing to have humans partake in. They need to eat. They like meat. It smells good. It tastes good. They're addicted to it because there's these, oh, what are they? They're these chemical reactions that happen in the body when you do and consume certain things. So meat tends to put on meat and cheese, anything like, there's certain things that are of a fatty nature that your body, it acts like you're addicted to it. Basically, it's an addiction. So people are addicted to meat and they're addicted to cheese. I have no problem saying that for myself. I've cut down on my addiction to cheese. Well, definitely to meat. That didn't happen. That's gone and way long gone. But what happens is that there are these enzymes and these proteins and stuff that are in your gut that keep telling you, give me more, give me more, give me more. It's an addiction. So people eat meat like all the time. A lot of people eat meat like every day, if not every single meal, with every single meal they're eating meat. It's because they're addicted to it. It's a very low vibrational energy. Any type of addictive behavior is a low vibrational energy, but people don't see it that way. And then there's this whole like falsity and fallacy that there's such great protein in meat, and it's just not true. There's a lot of other ways to get protein that don't involve meat. So so that's the thing that's definitely coming to mind. So that qualifies as a relationship that offers no life source. So this is why we feel good when we eat things that are alive, like fruits and vegetables. They're alive. And when we eat them, we're getting life force energy put inside our bodies. This is why when we eat stuff that have a lot of preservatives, that are, really processed, they're dead. It's dead. It's dead, matter, basically. It's not alive. And our body treats it as such. And the same thing goes for our environment and the people we hang out with and their energy and what we're consuming and doing around, people and places and all that stuff. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay. Where was I? Cross over into a more spiritual path and learn to work with your strength on your own ability and to create deep change. Losing fear of your own power. Yeah, sorry. I read that backwards. Losing fear of your power. A lot of people are afraid of their power. They're afraid of what it means to be powerful. They're afraid that they won't trust themselves if they're powerful. They're afraid of change that comes from being powerful, the responsibility of being powerful. Well, they, all this stuff. And the fact of the matter is that you're powerful no matter what. So you may as well stop being afraid of it. And you start controlling your power and not be controlled by your own power, because something's happening one way or another. And then invoking natural laws, knowing you have been acting in integrity, and mediumship. So meaning mediumship is connecting people with spirits that have crossed over. It's different than channeling, because channeling is more you're channeling messages from the divine, whereas mediumship is you're the mediator between this spirit and this spirit. You don't channel spirits. You do mediumship for spirits. They don't speak to you. They don't speak through you. They speak to you, and then you get people together. So there's a difference. Some people can do both. I can do both, where you can do mediumship work and you can do channeling, or some people just do one or the other. But those are different things. So if mediumship type abilities are coming up, this can be feeling other spirits, hearing spirits, seeing spirits, being all of a sudden impressed upon by spirits around certain people, because you're around these people and they're around these people, and because you are what you are, they are interacting with you. So those abilities could be heightened, the mediumship type abilities. And so this is where people can sometimes get a little freaked out, because they start to feel and see and know things in that spiritual realm more than they did before. And sometimes it can lead to kind of a reversal of ascension, because it just kind of freaks them out too much and they shut the door on it. And so anything that has to do with that, the advice is to know that it's an okay thing. You don't have to be scared of any of that stuff. Yeah, I was eating chicken for a few days and it was not very satisfying. I guess I'm on another level. Yeah, to be honest, I was kind of scared at first of my power, because I felt so magical when it happened. And I felt when it happened and I felt it, I would see a lot of spirits in Virginia. Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, it's common. It's really common for people to be afraid of themselves, of their souls, of their missions, of who they are. I get a lot of that from people once they start to like wrap their head around and really start to accept on different levels who and what I am. Then a lot of people, they turn the mirror on themselves, and then they go, well, wait a minute, if you're you and you're that, and I know you, or I'm in your life, or I've been guided to you, or this or that, what does that mean for me and my power, or who I am? And if that's possible, then what may I be? And then it just like this little thing just gets really, really big, really, really, really big and overwhelming, and something you can literally just decide not to see it, to go there, not to accept it, not to tap into who you are and your power. And we all have those choices. I think doesn't feel like I have those choices. It's never really felt like I've known I've had a choice. There's definitely been points in time where it was literally leaps of faith into nothingness. Yeah, where I definitely could have let fear get the best of me in different situations. For sure. But in those moments, it didn't feel like I had a choice. I was just doing the only way I know how, being fearless and plowing through and not letting anything or anyone stop me or tell me that I can't, or that I'm not, or any of those things. But there certainly are times where it's very overwhelming, no matter, what and how much it's always going to be that way. It's just never going to stop. We're never going to be bigger than what we know we're always going to be bigger than what we know we are. You know what I mean? There's always going to be that about ourselves, because we're in human bodies. And there's only so much that we can, I can get to a point where I'm literally floating around, and still there's going to be so much else that more power there than I can tap into. You know what I mean? Like, And I have levitated, so I know for sure that that's possible. And it is possible. It is absolutely possible for people to literally float around and fly to a certain degree. And I've been shown that. I've been told that I could definitely do that. Not right now. I haven't gotten there yet. But that is a possibility that people can, do that. And but even then, like I'm saying, even then, there's still more. You know what I mean? We're always more powerful than we think that we are, or that there's always more to know than we know. There's always, you know what I mean? So we cannot be afraid of that, because, it's that big anyway. If we're not looking at it and playing with it and accepting it and having it be a part of our lives, it doesn't make it go away. It just makes us makes us just be disconnected from it. And as we know, when we're disconnected from it, something else is going to take advantage of that disconnection and use it for themselves. And this is what happens and runs rampant everywhere all the time with people. They don't know their own power. They're completely clueless to their own situation. So all their power is being siphoned off of them without them having any idea of what's going on. And then if they do get this information, a lot of people are just way too tripped out by it and way too weirded out by it and don't like it. And, yeah, what's to like about it? It makes sense not to like it, but doesn't make it any less real if we don't look at it, So, yeah, for sure. It's easy because, we're complex beings in complex bodies, and we, for the most part, don't have most of the information readily available to us most of our lives. And then when we know that there's more information to get, we're still at a loss a lot of the time to even try to figure out where to get that information from or what's real. It's not easy. It's just really not easy. It just truly isn't. And this whole ascension thing and healing and awareness and spirituality and connectedness and oneness and all that stuff really isn't for everybody. Not everybody it was meant to go through all of that in these lifetimes. But for those of us who are, we must plow through, and just allow ourselves the days that we have, shitty things happen and we don't feel good, or people go crazy, or things break, or things get deleted, or we're tired, or whatever. And just, there's going to be another day. So they're not all the same. Just go to bed. It's cool. There's a reason for everything. We have to not just, we have to do the best we can in any moment, be true to ourselves, not let things get the best of us. If we feel regretful about things, if we feel like we didn't do things the right way, we feel that we need to do things better or make amends or to say we're sorry or to ask for forgiveness or to forgive ourselves or whatever the case may be, just do it and don't fight these things that come up that tell us what to do. We're always being told what to do. We're just deciding to or not to do those things at any given moment. There is always a choice. There's always a choice how we're going to deal with things and handle things and react to things and feel about things and what we're putting energy into. And there's always a choice. And it's helpful to slow down. Slowing down is a good thing because then you can make better choices when you're not reactive, when you're not upset and emotional, when, so many times people just act and react to things without stopping. They want everything yesterday. The resolution to things already have happened. The understanding of things that, you know, it's like, let the dust settle, chill out. Just like, is it really that crucial to act and move and say and be and do in these moments? Is it better to not, and to be quiet and still and think and meditate and then act? Whose timetable are you on anyway? Where is the pressure coming from? What is real? What is fake? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people just, none of that. And that's what messes people up, because you're not thinking things through and in the moment. So sometimes it's difficult because we do get upset, things happen. So yeah. So the best that we can do is really, I guess, think about time and the moment and how many moments have gone by and what is really real, and what would make it, you know, better. I mean, I swear to you, when that video deleted the other day, I really wanted to hurt something, to break something, to scream at something, to kick. I was so mad. And there was just nobody to take it out on. You know what I mean? There was nobody's fault. My phone did what it did, and there was nobody and nothing, you know, other than it is what it is, to, you know, and that was also it. It had nowhere to go. It had nowhere to go. And I was just so mad, you know, and I'm not somebody who's going to destroy my shit because I'm angry in the moment, like some people do, you know. I just think it's, and then you got to clean up your mess. Like, I've always wondered about that. Like, so you're so mad that you break shit. And then once you're done breaking shit, you've broken your shit, and now you have a mess to clean up on top of it. Doesn't that piss you off even more? So while in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I just want to smash some shit, I'm like, well, I don't want to smash any of my shit. like I saw this thing on TV once. It was brilliant. These people had a business where they had this room set up, like chair, coffee table, knickknacks, frames, television, and you rent the space, and you go in there with a baseball bat and you destroy everything. You destroy everything. You smash the living shit out. You could be in there, I think, for up to an hour, but they say that, like, people never last that long because they go so ape shit right out of the gate. They just smash it and they destroy shit in like 5-10 minutes, and they're so exhausted after like 15 that they're like done. Oh my God. Oh, she is. Hi, Roxy. Oh man. Yeah, that's when your human side is overwhelmed and messed up, and you're not releasing in increments as little things upset you and piss you off, that you get to a point where so much is stuffed and so much is bottled up, and it's like such a pressure cooker that when one thing happens at the right time with just the right recipe, boom, it all comes out, and that's when people go crazy and lose control, especially if they're being what's the word, like manipulated and controlled by dark ones, you know. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, I saw that on TV and I thought it was hilarious. And they just showed you this lady, she just had this, the TVs didn't work, so they're like recycled TVs that they look like they work. No, they don't really work. And but she's like, yeah, I mean, I have to, you know, all the furniture, like everything's like brand new every time she cleans everything, gets it all ready. People pay like hundreds of dollars to destroy this room. You could put holes in the wall. I mean, you just go crazy. And people get out of there and they feel like they look like they've been in a battle, honestly, but they say they feel better. So it must feel good to destroy shit that's not yours. I've only, I've seen people break their own shit. And you ever seen people break their own shit? And you're watching them going, you're going to wish you didn't do that. Especially when it's your phone. People destroying their own phones has always blown me away. Like guys that are just smash their phone. They get so mad on a phone call or whatever that they destroy their own. Oh my God. That just cracks me up. Absolutely cracks me up. I'm just like, really? But see, that shows you just how out of control and illogical people can be, That's not a logical thing to do. That's a crazy thing to do. Break your own, break your expensive shit yourself on purpose in a raging fit of madness. That should be enough to tell people, what is happening here? But yeah, not usually. Oh man, yeah, I watched those riots. That was scary. I was glad I didn't live in LA. I lived in Orange County, which watching that, I was like, that's not going to come here, is it? Like, is that a possibility for people to do this in Orange County too? I remember watching and thinking that because, man, that was crazy. Yeah, people destroying shit in their own neighborhood, like riots. I've never understood that. It's just like, why are you destroying your own neighborhood? Like, why are you destroying people's businesses? That it's like, who are you like, what? Like, I don't understand this at all. It's like mob mentality, just like go crazy, and I don't care about anything or anyone kind of thing, and just insanity, just total mob mentality. And oh, you were pregnant? Oh wow. Oh yeah, your son's older than my son. Yeah, I didn't get pregnant until 95. So yeah, it was later. But anyway, okay, I think that we've done all the cards. We just got these same cards the other day. Divine Union with Gaia's Dragon. So more of that energy, Divine Union energy, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, fertile, creative, emotional energy, releasement, attachment. I guess you could say more like on the soul-based level stuff. Recognition, that's what I'm hearing. Recognitions of things on a soul-based level. And then with the like the third card of the day to talk about strength. So we're going to need our strength. We're going to need to stand in our own power. We have Tiamat. We have the Morrigan talking about strength. And then we also had Ariel talking about strength. Remember that? Courage. So this is a theme here. Strength, courage. My ears are itching, so I'm onto something. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. So this is going to be about authenticity, standing in your own power, your own truth, not caring what other people think or say about you is a huge, big thing that a lot of people have a really, really, really hard time getting past. And even for myself too, there's times where I'm just like, I have to be out about who and what I am and what I know, what people would say my beliefs are. They're beyond beliefs. They are, like I know for other people that's maybe hard to understand, but it did get to a point for me where it was just like a no-brainer. Like I can't not That is what I am and who I am and what I'm supposed to do. So to not do that, like, what would I do and what would I be if I'm not? You know what I mean? But it does make it more difficult. It does make it more difficult. Absolutely. It makes everything more difficult when you're that, like, I'm just like, no, it's not real. It's not true. It's impossible. I can't be right. Da 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 da. Like over and over and over and over and over again, because it's just like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, looks like I lost. Uh-oh, did I lose stream? Look at, I'm already almost 2 hours in. Well, I guess the feed's over. Unable to connect to chat. Looks like, I don't know if you're there. It looks like maybe we've been kicked off. Maybe that's the other reason why I'm not feeling the astral. It's like, I think it would happen anyway. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think we're done. Okay, well, we were done anyway. So I don't even know if it's still recording. So anyway, it is what it is. It is 5:34 in the Pacific on September 13th, full moon day, you guys. Do your own astral, do your own meditation. I am going to peace out for the night. I'm just not feeling it today. We will reconvene, though, for the equinox. You can guarantee on that, okay? Infinite love, light, and blessings. Don't forget, the key is to create. And I love you already. Bye, guys.